Hello everyone and welcome to this Careers YouTube video. My name is Sarah Gifford and I am the Careers Information Advice and Guidance Lead within Kaplan, and I'm really pleased today to be joined by Jordan. Jordan, do you want to introduce yourself and the slides today?
Of course. Hi everyone, my name is Jordan and I'm part of Kaplan's recruitment team. I'm here today to talk to you about creating a personal profile, so a really important part of your CV. This video is suitable to anyone, so whether you're creating your first CV or updating and refreshing your current CV, we are aware skills are ever changing and it is best practice to keep it regularly updated.
Fantastic, so let's get started.
So what we'll cover today in our presentation: what is a personal profile, tailoring your profile, what should I include in my personal profile, what is the difference between a personal profile and a cover letter, do's and don'ts when writing your profile, and finally some examples.
Fantastic.
First of all, what is a personal profile? A personal profile is an introductory paragraph at the beginning of your CV containing a short summary of your background and career plans. They can also be known as a personal statement. And the profile is written and designed to capture the employer's interest quickly, so that they'll read your CV in full and hopefully invite you to interview. Tailoring your profile. So ideally, you tailor your profile to the sector you're looking to work in, highlighting those areas of experience most relevant to the specific job and ensuring your career aspirations match the role on offer. It's also a good idea to take a look at the duties and responsibilities that the employer has stated in the job description and match them to any previous employment experience you have on your CV. And just from our Kaplan website, so remember, your CV and your cover letter are the first chance that you get to impress the employer. Keep it concise and relevant, personalise it to the job or industry you're applying for, and always proofread and spell check before you send it over.
Good tip there.
So next, what should you include in your personal profile? There are three main elements that you should include. So number one, include some information about your personal attributes, which don't necessarily come across in your CV. You don't want to repeat yourself throughout. Number two, skills. So use your profile to mention other skills that you have outside of your main professional ones, such as your ability to communicate well. And three, experience. So mention any experience in areas of work with transferable skills is ideal. And then we've got another tip there. So always read your personal profile out loud. So how does it sound? Remember, you are selling yourself to the employer, and this is your very first paragraph of your CV, so this is the first thing they're going to see. We recommend you make a checklist. So in your personal profile, you should answer at least 3 of the following questions. So who am I? What am I looking for? What qualities and skills do I possess that will make me successful in this role? And what are my ambitions and my views on personal development?
And Jordan, how long should someone's personal profile be?
So we will cover that slightly in one of the next slides. However, like we say, we want to keep it short, so a few sentences long. We will touch on cover letters as well, so your cover letter will be a little bit longer. Your personal profile should be a short, few sentences at the very beginning, so not so long at all.
It's just to grab someone's attention, isn't it, really?
Yeah, like I say, just go on to read the rest of your CV, hopefully. Yeah, that takes us to what is the difference between a cover letter and personal profile. So your cover letter is a document alongside your CV that you'll send when you're applying for a job, and they should complement your CV, but they should be different. They're both equally important when you're applying for a role as, again, first impression to the employer. They're not to be confused with your personal profile. It can be a bit confusing, remember what to send, but they are 2 different types of documents basically that you should send to the employer. You can address your cover letter to the actual person who will be reading it, so you can usually find this information on the job advert. And like we said in the previous slides, personal profiles only tend to be a few sentences long. So they should be straight to the point. Whilst in your cover letter, you can go into more detail, and we recommend these to be around 3 to 5 paragraphs.
Brilliant.
So this takes us to our do's and don'ts. So first of all, do. Get straight to the point. So your personal profile should be no longer than a few sentences, and this is designed to capture the attention of the employer to carry on to read the rest of your CV. Show your personality. So this section is the one section, in your CV that's personal to you, and the employers do like to get an idea of who you are as a person. Reflect the job description or specification in your statement. So this will be referring back to the tailoring side that we mentioned, and having the industry that you're applying into in mind when in your profile. Check for any spelling and grammar mistakes, of course, and proofread. This is a big one. You want to make sure if it's reading back over to yourself or to someone else, you need to make sure that it flows properly and, of course, makes sense. And then our don'ts. So, like we say, copy from your cover letter the 2 different pieces of information about you, and we don't want to duplicate any information. Don't use too many buzzwords, so they can confuse the reader, and it just may not make sense if you throw too many in there. We don't want to misrepresent. So like I say again, this is unique to you, so you be yourself in this section. And we don't recommend writing in third person. So if you write your profile in first person, it'll then read as if obviously you've wrote it yourself.
And Jordan, what are buzzwords? What kind of example buzzwords could you give me?
So buzzwords, examples: passionate, excellent, focused, experienced. So if we use too many, it can just not read well. But they're used to describe you and how your skills.
Brilliant. So it starts to sound not authentic, doesn't it? Not genuine when you use too many.
Definitely. So we've got some examples. So I'll read this out and then I'll let you know why I think this is a good one to use. You can see I've highlighted some of the buzzwords in this one. So even though it looks like there's a lot in there, this does seem to flow really well. So I am reliable and enthusiastic, having recently completed my A-levels, gaining an excellent business studies grade, complemented by good grades in both mathematics and ICT. I would like to pursue a career in accountancy, as from an early age I have enjoyed my mathematics courses, especially the statistics side. I thrived doing calculations at school, where I achieved an A in maths at GCSE level for my efforts. During my time at high school, I also started working for a local accountant after school, which I greatly enjoyed. Experiencing what an accountant did firsthand was very rewarding, as I began to learn the basics of accountancy. Being numerical minded with a systematic, detailed approach to tasks, I have an ambition to succeed and develop my skills in a work-based setting. So even though that's fairly short, it's probably just enough. They've put a few buzzwords in there, talked about grades in the qualifications that fit well into accountancy, so mathematics and IT. They've talked about experience that they've gained and what that's done for them. So really good example there.
Fantastic.
And then we've got one more example. So again, good buzzwords used and a little bit about what they've done previously. So I am an eager and driven individual with a passion for completing tasks to the highest standard. I am very proficient when working alone, as well as striving to achieve goals as part of a team. I am looking to find an apprenticeship within a fast-paced professional environment that I can develop my skills with the potential of long-term career progression in the accounting field. I have always had a keen interest in accounting. It is a career that I can see myself developing in. My goals now centre on studying and completing full AAT courses, then eventually move on to ACCA training. In 5 to 7 years, I see myself completing the necessary qualifications, working as a fully qualified accountant. So again, great use of buzzwords, spoken about long-term career progression, which is great. Employers love to see, what's your plan and where you want to go. And they've got some of the qualifications in there as well, which clearly shows they've done their research and again, planning ahead what they want to be doing. So another really good profile.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that takes us to the end. I've put another tip in there. So on our Kaplan website, you can find the perfect CV template and lots of hints and tips on there as well when writing it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today, Georgian. And for those of you who are going to be adding, watching today, we're going to be adding in some of those resources links into the description in the YouTube video below. But do get in touch if you have any questions at all. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Bye.